Hey guys, welcome back in Bangla YT and another video of the bladers. So let's update our bladers. Okay, so first of all, what will we do? Go to player and go to player animation, and instead of that we'll be go to in a locomotion, and format walk will be add a one more state that for run. Okay, so instead of that run we can search here that the run. Okay, I guess not this ones, we need this one, the boss run. So just get one more pin format here, then search here that boss, and there should be the animation. Okay, it's not coming. Okay, I know that why it's not coming. First of all, I need to go to animation, then in a place, then in a movement there is a run animation. Okay, we need to first of all retarget, okay, duplicate and the player skeleton. Okay, now we have that, so come inside of your run and just connect it with this thing. Okay, so now on it here we need to add our running boolean, and at here we need to add our running that if it's false, so it's mean that if it's not running at that time. Okay, connected. Okay, now I guess it should be work. So G, and oh sorry, not G, okay, the G, so it's can be walk, so it can be, you know, move forward also, that's great, or it can be run. As you can see, totally everything is great. Okay, so we have basically set up our the main that the animation. Okay, so now we already set up the animation. Now let's add something more, that some mechanism that actual that is great. So first of all we'll be add that weapon picking system. Okay, that it can be picked a weapon. So for do that, what will we do, we'll be create another folder that new bp. Okay, so instead of that new bp, wait, I'm coming. Yeah, I'm sorry. So in new bp will be add a blueprint dot actor, and that is basically our you know, you can give it name that like your gun. So I'm giving it name that rifle, rifle, rifle bp. So instead of that rifle bp will be added rifle gun. So for do that we are already using the military dark pack, so we can select our weapon and just connect it like this. Okay, so here's our military bp. Okay, then just go to input, open here this drag and drop like this thing. Okay, so let's give it near of our player so our player can be seen. Okay, so as you can see that this is our basically the gun bp. So now we need to add a collision in our gun, because we need to verify that are we are near of that gun or not. Okay, so if we are near of that gun, so it's mean that we can pick that gun. Okay, we have ability to pick that gun. So yeah, so like that, if we're near of that gun we can pick that gun. Great. Now we need to come in our player bp. So just open the player, then player bp. Okay, now for add the, this is for the leftmost for AWT ACK attack. Okay, this is basically for the attack animation. Okay, so now we have the attack basically. Now what you need to do is for picking system, here maybe we are using kind of like here that pick system that a gun, if you have a gun or not. So what will we do, first of all we need a that near of gun. If you are near of that gun, there's a boolean should be active. So I will first of all verify that on picking system on this ones, first of all are you near of that gun or not. If it's true that we are near of that gun, then it will be verified that rifle bp ref, because we are attaching that gun with our body, that's why. So at here we'll be give out that rifle bp dot ref object reference. So we have now the object reference, so we'll be get that and is valid or not. First of all, we verify that it's valid or not. Okay, if it's valid, we are near of that gun, so it will be execute basically that it will be basically attach that gun so with our body. So now we need to open our basically the skeleton of our, okay, we need to basically open the skeleton. So let's go to skeleton, that is a player skeleton. So instead of that, we can give a preview animation. Okay, so we can understand that how it's we need to add on his back. So we'll be use the sprint 3, I guess. That was great. So attach, and let's give it that GH1, that is gun hold 1. Okay, so what will we do, will be add a preview assets. So that is our assault rifle. So we'll be connected like this thing. Okay, great. This is basically this is our assault rifle bp. Okay, so now what you need to do, go to your player bp. At here we need to attach actor with components, and at here we need to give the stock that gh1, and let's give it that snap target, and snap target. The target is basically our mesh, so let's get our mesh and connect it with this thing, the parent, and the target is basically the reference of that which object we want to pick. So that is for now the rifle bp. Okay, so we have that. Okay, it will be attached with our backpack, and if everything is okay, so it's mean that we have the gun right now. So connect it with have gun. Okay, we have gun, so it's great. If we have gun, so we can basically have gun, so it's mean that okay, it's great. But we need to I guess we need to rename that, because the have gun is basically, it will be do a confusion that if that gun in our bag, so it's mean that it will be count like that. Yeah, we have that gun, it's mean that we are using that gun. So we need to create another variable, but for now let's leave like this thing. Okay, now if we are near of that gun, so we need to now set up that. So just go to box collisions on your rifle bp and begin overlap and end overlap. Now at here we need to call our bp that cast to player bp, and instead of that we need to give that ref, that is basically our set rifle reference, and near of the gun. So if we are near of the gun, it should be true. If we are not near of the gun, so it should be false. So first of all, let's give the self reference, and we'll be do the same thing. Okay, like that sector. Okay, so it will be empty automatically, so like that. Okay, now let's click on play. Let's go near of that gun, let's press F. So okay, we have the attached that gun with our back, as you can see. That's great. Okay, and but the gun is not looking super great, so the backside is not looking super great. So what I'll do, basically I will be rotate that. Okay, I guess this one will be great more. Okay, so yeah, it's great. Now we need to give one more thing, that now we need to create that system that we are using or not. So we need to create that another variable, that using gun. So if we are using that gun, so then it should be play that have gun animation, or it not should be play. So for use that, I'm not sure that which button we can use for. Let's use the 1 or the number key. that if we press the number key 1, so it will be first of all verify that are we have that gun or not, any kind of like gun. If we have that gun, so then it will be get oh, so at here we can't do this thing. Okay, now it's great. So at here what will we do, it will on the rifle BP, it will be attach actor with component. Okay, on have gun, I'm sorry, my friend calling. Okay, so on the parent we need to give that mesh connected with this thing. Now we need to give a stock. Okay, the stock is basically on his hand, so we need to search his hand, where is basically his hand. So hand R, going to add a stock, add gun, let's give it name gun, I'm just giving it name gun. Now we need to do the same thing, that preview assets, and do like this thing and like that. Okay, we have like this thing. Okay, this is great. Okay, so this gun position is okay, so we need to now connect it at here, or we need to write it here. So gun, make sure that snap target, and snap target. Okay, so now if we have that gun, so it will be basically change the stock, and then it will be tell that yep, we are using that gun. So now we need to basically go in our animation BP at here on our animation state, while we are basically verifying that have gun or not. Now we need to verify that basically we can leave like at here we need to give that using gun or not. So US using gun. So if we are using that gun, so then it should be do. So on the have gun we need to remove that and using gun or not. And if we are using that gun, so it should be update that, compile and saved. Okay, now it should be work. Like if we pick that gun, so we can still play the idle animation, but when we press the number 1, so that yeah, we are using that gun, now it should be play the using gun animation. Okay, that's great. Okay, so also what we can do, we can add a animation that one is using that gun or equipping that gun. So let's do that. So on equip, for make that we need to first of all create an animation montage. So we need to go to animation starter tag, and we need to search first of all equip that equip animation. So I guess there should be equip animation, that is the rifle one. So we need to retarget that, duplicate. Oh, I guess this is the original skeleton, I guess. Yeah. Oh, there's a equipped gun and a montage already, so we need to just click play that. So play animation montage, let's select this thing. Okay, so we need to now first find out the duration of this animation. So let's search that at which duration it's going, it's taking her hand on back. So yeah, on this position, on the 0. or on the 1.00. okay, now let's come in player. Now let's connect it this thing, press on its true and pin play animation montage, and the target is basically the self. Then we need to add a delay, that is the basically the duration. So the duration is 1, and after that 1 it should be if we have a gun or not this with not this. If we have that, play true, and then it should be attach that with component. Okay, now let's click on play, let's check how it's working. 1, yeah, pretty much enough, looking nice, but we should use some others animation also, but for now we have this thing. So yeah, this is great. So we can do the same thing for if you want to unequip that. So at that time what you can do that we can add a flip and flop. Okay, but before that flip and flop, we need to verify that are we using any gun or not. If that, and if you are using gun, so what it should be do, if you are using that gun, so it should be it should be do the same thing, that play montage. Okay, and on the at that time need to just change the stock. So how we attach with the pic, we need to give the same, that connected at here. On that duration it will be say that no, we don't have the gun, right? We are not using that gun. And if we using that gun, so it should be do this. If we are not using that gun, so yeah, I guess the duration will be work pretty well. So we need to connect the mesh and the target object reference, save. Now let's try. Okay, it's first time pick. Second time, once we press on that button, it's take that gun. If you press again that, so it should be, yeah, as you can see, it's now equipped and unequipped that gun. Okay, so in next time we will be create the drop system for the weapon, that we can drop the weapon. Also we try to create the multiple weapon picking system. So thank you so much for watching guys, love you all, bye bye, see you in next video.